Hello and welcome to today's weekly market outlook. Now, in today's video, we'll be taking a look at the market as a whole, how it are expected to perform, but we'll take also a detailed look into Reliance Industries, Muthoot Finance, and Infosys. I'll share my option trading plan and my equity trading plan for all the three. Now, coming to the broader market and the indexes, whether it's Nifty, Sensex, BANKNIFTY, how I expect them to trade is based on largely how last week was. Now, why I say that is, if we look at last week's trading pattern, the market was very euphoric. This is as it wasn't really rising, but it wasn't also falling. It was basically range bound, and we have had that for very long. And the only crack came on Friday once the Israel-Iran news broke out, and even that crack wasn't that large, because when I say look at it, basically let's say the Nifty, it went down by roughly the normal parameters you have on a normal bearish day, or the Bank Nifty also. And with the news which was there, you'd expect the Bank Nifty to do a 1,000-point drop, but it did not. So there was, the euphoria still held on, and I believe it largely held on to the fact that everyone thought that by Saturday itself, Israel-Iran most likely they will reach a truce and cool off. But so far, as of when I'm recording this video today, there's been no truce made. I've seen one Twitter account tweet that Iran has said if Israel stops attacking, they'll stop attacking. But I won't trust that yet, as the source it's coming from is not that credible. So, and also if they do say that it will take 2-3 days for everyone to see whether the whole thing is going to be happening or not. Now, due to that, I believe this week, whatever data comes out, it does not matter. Everyone is only going to be watching one thing, Iran and Israel. Now, as of Monday market open, if Israel and Iran are still shooting missiles at each other, I expect a gap down and a follow through. Why? Because a lot of the guys on Friday who, they were holding, let's say, longs, market fell via the gap down, and then they didn't book up because they expected a basically peace come out. Now, if by tomorrow morning the peace is not settled and they're still shooting missiles at each other, especially tonight, then they will get scared and they will start cashing out a bit. So that will also cause a lot of issues, which will make the market fall. But even Iran and Israel does make a truce, then the market will naturally rebound and go towards the highs which it had made in the prior week. Now, even that is also one of the reasons why anyone who saw my live, which I had done with subscribers on Friday, I took a lot of positional profits, because, and even there was some like Tata Motors where there was no profit, no loss, it was break-even trade. I closed it because of this same issue, that will the truce come or not. The position which I'm sure will do well by the end of the month, option sales, those I carried, but the rest which are in a good profit, let's say if I've eaten 80% of premium, like in Nifty 19th June, we had eaten 80% of the premium. So why hold for the next 20% with such a risk overhead? And we booked that fully. Monthly we hold, but 19th June, I fully booked out. So that is how I'm looking at it. And I think tomorrow is all going to be Israel, Iran. And if we gap down and there's no peace yet, we will get a follow through at some point through the day to the downside. You might get a bit of a push up, then go down. So that's my general view. Now, coming to my stock specific view. Now, if we take a look at Reliance Industries, it's been doing what the Nifty is doing. In fact, I've been saying in a lot of the lives that how right now is as if Reliance is controlling the Nifty and not the Nifty controlling Reliance. Because if you look at the chart, Reliance forms, if you open, let's say, the 5-minute or 15-minute charts, Reliance forms a pattern first, and the Nifty just goes and forms the identical pattern after. So that's happening. Now, according to me, as long as Reliance is between 1400 and 1474, this is going nowhere. This is a box range, and it is very clear. Anybody, even without any clear market knowledge, can see that. Now, according to me, if you're an equity trader, do not enter Reliance yet, because unless it clears 1474 or it clears 1450 with a lot of bullishness. But if you're an option trader, then I know some who have, because from the messages, who have sold calls and have sold puts. Now I have avoided to do that. Number one, I don't like neutral strategies. I like to pick a direction and put my money on it. Number two, if the Israel-Iran issue does not resolve, then 1,400 can break with a lot of force. And if that breaks, whether people like it or not, Reliance will be going to 1,372. And if that breaks, it will be going to 1,340 to 1,350. So that is a very important point for everyone to keep an eye on. So my trading plan is an option seller and an option buyer. Between 1,400 and 1,450, I won't do any option buys. If it breaks 1,450, then I'll share the targets as it goes along. On the other hand, as an options buyer, if it breaks 1,400, I'll short it very nice. That is what I would rather want. So the fall right now in Reliance, due to how long it's been holding, will be beautiful as a move. On the other hand, now that's my option buying. What's my option trading plan? My option selling trading plan, I'm going to either wait for it to break here or break 1,450 or to break 1,400. If it breaks 1,450, I will go and sell basically P's of 1,420 and below, since we are going to be approaching the monthly expiry. On the other hand, if it breaks 1,400, then I'll go and sell C's of 1,440 or 1,450 and above. So I'm waiting for a break on either side to take the call. Until then, I'm not touching Reliance Industries, that I don't think it's worth it. Stocks out there to trade as an option seller, option buyer. Or now next is Muthoot Finance. Now Muthoot Finance has been having one hell of a ride, and the ride started for Muthoot the day the Reserve Bank of India announced a change in the gold loans thing and everything. After that, Muthoot has been on a one-way climb, and even on Friday with the Israel-Iran issue, people still bought into Muthoot. So now what do I think is going to be happening to Muthoot as of now? As of now, between 2,495 and 2,640, it is in a box. It's going to form a box range. If it breaks 2,640, then it can go till 2,720. But going long in Muthoot now would be a foolish man's errand, according to me. Why? Because it's already reached a peak, and it's now going to try to sort of top out like this. So Muthoot, I am looking at it more for shorting, but I wouldn't have the guts to short this via option buys for positional on the intraday. Positional, I'll look at option sells. Now, if the Israel-Iran issue does not cool off by Monday morning, then I think Muthoot will also start taking a hit. So how I will play Muthoot, I will most likely go and sell calls above 2,640. I don't hold any position in Muthoot as of now, but if on Monday Israel-Iran issue is not resolved, I will go and sell C's above 2,640. And if I see a chance of the Israel-Iran issue solving, I will keep holding those calls, and I will also sell P's of 2,460 and below. Why will I do that? Is I believe even if it breaks 2,640, it can only go to 2,720, and then it's going to top out. So those CE sales will be okay. But also, if the Israel-Iran issue is resolved, it cannot break below this support. So I will end up selling the range and earning from both sides. That's how I look at Muthoot Finance. Now, I don't like doing neutral strategies for box ranges. I like directional, but here I don't see a directional play unless the Israel-Iran issue does not resolve. If the Israel-Iran issue does not resolve, then if it breaks 2,495, 2,460, it breaks that, and 2,410 and 2,430. It breaks that, 2,325. That's my option thing. But now, as an option buyer intraday, now intraday you'll see I put a support at 2,545. I put that for intraday players more than positional. Now now you've got a shorting chance to start shorting towards these targets. Will I do positional option buys in it? No, because it's too strong. You don't want to short a stock that's even on a day like Friday went up like this. So this is something on positional, only option sells, intraday option buys. Equity, I wouldn't suggest anyone to buy Muthoot right now. You're buying it at a ceiling, and as I said, it'll either stop at 2,640 or 2,720. It cannot go beyond that in this cycle. In fact, I'll put a zone there so that everyone can see, because some people do take a screenshot. Now I have put it 2720 is a line. So this is, I believe, a ceiling for it, and beyond this it's not going to go now. Before it has to take a good pullback. So next, now we'll take a look at Infosys. Now Infosys, if you look at the levels which are showing, I have discussed these levels from the beginning of this range, as when my high volume bar had formed here, this blue colored price bar, I had said that Infosys is now going to drive everyone nuts, and it's only going to go between the blue bar, top and the bottom. It has done so, and it has done so very well for quite some time. Now, what is my trading plan for Infosys? Now, as long as Infosys is within this price bar, there's no clear strategy you can get on it. But how I look at it, if Infosys breaks this 20-day moving average in the daily chart, then it'll be going to the bottom of this. But so if the Israel-Iran issue is not resolved by, let's say, Monday market close, high likelihood it will end up breaking this and start going down. If the Israel-Iran issue is solved, then it will start going up. So now I think a trigger has come for Infosys because of Israel-Iran issue. So it's either going to get a complete drop or it's going to get a complete rise. But we will get that move this week. I believe this week we will most likely finally get out of this range of 1532 to 1635. So if it breaks this moving average, people can sell calls. If it holds this moving average and breaks this 1635 resistance, people can sell puts. That is literally, so the technical play here is the 20-day moving average and the resistance of 1635, as this is the zone which it is gonna hover in, and a break on either side is when you take the decision. Now, equity traders can consider if it breaks 1635, but there is a risk that IT stocks in India are reacting to every global news related to America. So that's something you have to keep in mind, that by chance tomorrow some bad news comes from America for the IT, they will gap down very badly. So you want to be safe to that. I wouldn't recommend equity trading in IT stocks right now, because you're not going to really go anywhere in the big picture. And in the big picture, they're only going to go down, according to me. Even if tomorrow a trade deal is struck, the IT industry of India is services based. It's basically providing a service. It's not creating something or innovating something. So they're going to get hit by AI and everything. So the likelihood of them going up in the bigger picture is lower than other industries. So it's better to put an equity trade in another industry rather than the IT sector. This is an option seller's game right now. Option buying also, Infosys, unless you're doing intraday, it's not worth it. So that's it for my view for the three stocks and the market as a whole. If you liked the video, then hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and also click the notification bell. Thank you.